Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Future Fest podcast. I'm your host Umar Nasir. Today we have a really special guest with us. He's the CEO of Diggi Packs and the founder of Bridging to Saudi. He is Hasan Jabrati. How are you, Hasan?
Doing fine. How about yourself?
Thank you. I'm good. So I'm just gonna ask you about how are you finding Future Fest so far?
Well, so far so good. We met a lot of startups in the Pakistani ecosystem. We met also the government sectors, enablers, the co-working spaces, and at the end, entrepreneurs.
Right. So have you met like-minded people like yourself?
Absolutely. We personally, this is the first time in Pakistan in Lahore, and to be honest with you, this is the first time that I'm seeing the numbers which is exciting to us in Saudi Arabia to make a lot of partnerships and getting more and more connections and collaborations between both sides in the ecosystem. And what's amazing right now to focus on that the tech industry in Pakistan is far beyond our expectations till now.
Right. So how's your visit to Pakistan? How are you finding Pakistan so
It's
far?
perfect. Still now, the weather is perfect for us. The atmosphere, the hosting, the people over here, the discussions, the way of thinking, and the way that everyone in Pakistan is telling us Saudi and Pakistan is not only a partnership, it's not only a relationship, it's a deep bonding.
Right. So could you tell us about your company, Diggi Packs, and how did you come up with such a catchy name?
So Diggi Packs comes from two words, which is digital packages. And we first started as a company, as a SaaS, back in 2018, which we provided technology for fulfillment as logistic companies, as well as last mile delivery companies technology. In Corona period, everyone was closing down, the shutdown of the delivery, shutdown of everything, but we had to innovate something and create something to go on as a business. So what we did is collaborated all of the logistic companies who are using our technology under one platform as an aggregator. So we started with delivery as Diggi Packs, and we delivered as soon as we began the business. A lot of cities was totally shut down. We delivered to that, and we developed the overall technology to begin as an aggregator between the fulfillment and the last mile. So in a nutshell, whatever the customer or the client has as an e-commerce or a normal trading, we can store their products, we can pick pack procedure everywhere through the delivery.
Right. So we have a lot of companies like Diggi Packs, right? So what sets Diggi Pack apart from other platforms?
So Diggi Packs is working as an asset-light company. So we don't involve in having our own assets, our own locations, and making it much more flexible to the clients. So the clients who could store as low as one box and as high as a full warehouse, and in between as an enterprise level or a micro business. That's one. Number two, depending on the customer and client needs, we can customize because we have the technology, we have the spaces and collaboration with the other partners and investors, so we could fit easily with any clients and their criterias. Other partners, of course, in competitors in the market have their own fixed asset, fixed cost, and they cannot compete in the growth as well.
Right. That's great. So how could you share with us some success stories or some case studies of how Diggi Packs has helped businesses?
Absolutely. So one of the stories that we remember very closely that during the shutdown of the coronavirus, most of the cities was shut down. Most of the carrier companies of last mile wouldn't be able to deliver to these clients as well in the cities. So being an aggregator, we had some last mile companies or delivery companies who are working in the same city. So delivering to that location and delivering beyond to the end user could have an impact and an add-on for the service. And one of the success stories that we had is delivering all of the successful deliveries 100% at that time. Another successful story that we had, a big client of us in Saudi who had to expand to other countries. So the flexibility of what we had is to combine our technology and services to other countries as well. And we had to have this service and this client to expand with us to other countries as well.
Right. So could you explain the role of technology in your company and how is it used effectively?
So technology, I mean, these days I'm using best of technologies even in Pakistan. Even if I'm asking someone who doesn't even speak Arabic or English native Urdu, I can use Google Translate, instantly translation. I can discuss with him. Without this technology, I cannot do it. So technology is a base, is a baseline in everything, and as well as logistics. In logistics perspective, having one location as a warehouse and more than 200 clients in the same under the same roof, with more than 5,000 orders per day, complexity of these orders coming from multi locations, multi websites into one location as a warehouse, and picking packing procedure with no mistakes and zero errors, depending totally on technologies. So the technology is providing the guidance how to work and how to process. Without this, it's going to be a failure. The second thing is to how to optimize your workflow and the KPIs and the squeezing the time, increasing the effectiveness of the workflow, which gives us more time, less cost, and more variability for the clients.
Right. So, as your role as the CEO of Diggi Packs, what challenges do you face in your journey, or what have you faced in your journey?
Well, the challenges is right now is how to expand more and more in other countries. That's number one. Number two, the more educated the clients and more having more competitors within the market gives us more challenges to give more value and more services internally. So this customer now doesn't need only storage or delivery. Storage alone has its own perspective. They need more marketing, customer service, follow up, enhancement of the payments, facility of the payments as well as in fintechs. So the demand of the clients every day that we speak, it gets more and more, and how to fulfill their demands, that's our job.
Right. So, could you tell us about your background and how you started entrepreneurship? How you started the company?
So I was working in pharma companies. I'm a background of pharmacist with two double majors, supply chain management and quality assurance. I worked since for the last 17 to 18 years till 2016 in pharma companies, medical companies, and Cosmo, all in warehouses and supply chain. I quit my job in 2016 and began my journey in knowing what's entrepreneurship, what's technology, how to code, what's the benefit of having your own team internally, how to start a startup, and how to begin the journey. And my passion in logistics got me back to square one, which is going back to the routing the technology into having our own technology and services. So it began as a struggling how to build a service to the community and the market, and how to make it fit, and how to build it by programmers, coders from all around the globe, and how to get the right service providing as this technology.
Right. So we know that GCC only the GCC companies can use Diggi Packs, right? So are you planning to expand into South Asia, perhaps, or US, or Canada, Europe?
Absolutely. It's Middle East now is a big market, and to expand and to cover potentially the Middle East is a big thing. And to be honest with you, nowadays, even the potential in the Middle East is huge. Just to focus on the MENA region, and now we're talking about expanding also in Pakistan. This is for the first phase is enough. So going east and west for this first phase, is too much. But giving technology, providing to the globe is a must. So we have already clients using our technologies, not services as operation. In Far Asia, we have US, we have two in UK. So using technology is not an issue abroad, but our services on ground as operation, that takes time.
Right. So we know that Pakistan and Saudi has had a very warm relationship. So could you tell us more about the bridging to Saudi?
So Bridging in Saudi is an initiative by a founder over there in Saudi Arabia. We founded it back 2 months back, and DigiPacks is one of the partners in the Bridging to Saudi. It's a non-profit initiative. The core of the initiative is to support startups and the ecosystem, e-commerce owners, to bridge their market into the Saudi market. So by legalization, by optimization of the products, buying the product, storing it over there in Saudi, and selling it to the end user, and even the marketing aspects, we could support easily to traders. Now, entrepreneurs, tech freaks, tech houses, services providers, anyone who wants the service who wants to expand to the Saudi market, they can talk to us directly.
Right. So for any young entrepreneurs out there who are trying to be successful, what advice do you have for them?
One for sure is keeping it simple. Any advice you get from a senior guy, from a younger kid, or even a male, female, doesn't matter. It's an advice. You take it, you swallow it, and you try to not complicate any process. If you have an idea, think about it. Ask about the overall circle, that your comfort zone, is it reliable or not. Study, not too much, but study about the market size, and how to initiate the first step of a simple answer to this question, and keep it simple and start.
Right. That wraps it up. So thank you, Hassan, for being here. It was a great conversation, and I hope our viewers have learned a lot. And I hope to see you next year too.
Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting me.
Till then, goodbye, and I'll see you on the next podcast.